The reason Kawaki's fate is very likely to be exactly as I will explain in this video is simply because there's no other choice. Either Kawaki will die as one of the villains in Boruto, or he will follow Sasuke's path and eventually be redeemed. Kishimoto himself has actually hinted at this idea recently, but for that to happen it requires time to be forgiven, just like it took time for Sasuke. It also takes time for the one who wants to be redeemed to have for themselves alone. They need to follow their goal, their own path, and understand their purpose in life. And all it needs is someone who is able to save you, which Kawaki clearly has in Boruto. It's clear that this is a shonen manga aimed at a younger audience. They need to be taught life lessons, which is why it's such a cliche that the rival is first a little negative and has tendencies to become evil. Some are more so than others, but eventually they usually all turn out to be good, even if they were evil to the deepest core of the heart. That's simply how it worked for decades, and there's no reason why this should change. In the case of Boruto, it's clear that Boruto and Kawaki reflect the relationship of Naruto and Sasuke just slightly different. Similar to Sasuke, and to be honest much worse, Kawaki didn't have anyone who truly loved him until Naruto appeared in his life. Sasuke at least experienced love in the first years of his existence. He had a whole clan, 2 loving parents, and a pretty nice brother for most of the time. And now here we have Kawaki. He seems kind of good, trying to be good for Naruto and protect Konoha and frankly the entire universe from the very realistic danger of the Otsutsuki clan. He knows that because so many Otsutsukis came to Earth to harvest the fruit, there is no chance that this will simply stop with Momoshiki. He knows what the Otsutskis do to the living beings in order to reincarnate so that they can safely be sacrificed to the god tree. He experienced it firsthand. So although he's acting like he's protecting Naruto's interests, he's also protecting the idea of not letting anyone else be harmed the way Ishiki harmed him. That's very honorable, but unfortunately, Kawaki never learned to express such honorable behavior in a good way. That is, with love and protection. All Kawaki ever experienced in life was evil even before Ishiki, with his father. He was beaten and so on, so he lacks the foundation to be like Boruto, who was raised with love. As mentioned, Sasuke at least had some sort of experience with love, while Kawaki experienced it for the first time with Naruto. Just this comparison alone makes it clear that one can't compare them both, and yet it's enough to see that they are more or less going in the same direction. While Boruto is exactly like Naruto, again a little different and yet the same direction. And here's the thing, when Sasuke lost to Naruto, those 2 giants of powers couldn't possibly just chill in Konoha. It's just not going to work. Too much happened, too many wounds were opened and closed. It goes beyond the sins Sasuke committed. It's on a social level almost. So although Sasuke clearly has shown interest in protecting Konoha, which is why he wanted to be Hokage, he knew he couldn't even dare to be in Konoha as it's Naruto's territory, so to speak. It's difficult to put it into words, but that's why Sasuke is the Hokage in the shadows. He protects Konoha from the outside. And now we come back to Boruto and Kawaki. The scale of their goals and powers is just not the same as it was with Naruto and Sasuke at the end of the war. The villains are no longer interested in merely the planet Earth or the tailed beast, but rather the universe. Boruto compared to Naruto doesn't want to be Hokage, and Boruto doesn't want to protect Konoha as much as Naruto did. Boruto actually protects the entire shinobi era, a concept invented on Earth by humans. He is the last shinobi according to the first pages of the first chapter, showcasing the future of the Boruto post-time skip. So he is something like the guardian of the planet, which to be honest, Earth certainly needs from all those Otsutsukis who definitely won't stop coming. The more Otsutskis lose their life on Earth, the more chakra the Earth will have, the more interesting it will become for other Otsutskis to come, a never-ending loop. This will go on until every single evil Otsutsuki or those who pursue the will of an Otsutsuki are dead. And that's where Kawaki comes into play. All Boruto needs to do is defeat Kawaki once and for all and make it clear that no matter what he tries, he will never be on his level. Kawaki must admit defeat just like Sasuke did. Then Boruto must prove to Kawaki that he is not an Otsutsuki by heart, just as Kawaki himself is also just a human. He must show that he is stronger than Momoshiki and can control him without exception. Then, and only then, will Kawaki be able to start his redemption arc. And that's where the comparison to Sasuke comes into play, but on a much larger scale. Just as Naruto protects Konoha and Sasuke goes out to collect intel and protect the village from the outside, so will Boruto protect the earth like Hagoromo did and become its new guardian from all kinds of invasions that may occur in the future. Meanwhile, Kawaki, after committing so many sins, will not feel welcome on Earth any longer for the time being. This fits with his statement to Sarada that he will go away once Boruto is finished. This implies that he not only considers his plan of defeating every Otsutsuki in the universe, but that he will definitely try to do so. He can travel through dimension, breathe in the cosmos, and fly at high speed. There's nothing that could stop him. So if he is the Sasuke Boruto, then he will leave Earth and collect intergalactic intel, so to speak, for Boruto, who will protect the Earth. Kawaki will slay Otsutsukis outside and Boruto will do so on Earth. The only question that remains is when exactly this change of mind will happen in Boruto Two Blue Vortex. In Naruto, it didn't even happen during the war. Sasuke, after becoming one of the heroes of the world, decided to turn everything around once again, and basically became the last main villain at the very end. We don't know if this will be the same with the few panels that we have seen in the manga, which seems to showcase the final battle between Boruto and Kawaki. But in my opinion, following the exact same path as Sasuke and Naruto would be repetitive, so it could likely be that this scene is a bit like the foreshadowing we received with Naruto running to reach Sasuke for the first time after he disappeared before the time skip. I'm not sure if it was shown in the manga, but that scene was definitely foreshadowed in the anime. So we can assume that this scene in Boruto will not happen at the end since Naruto was still not free at that time. Assuming that's the case, then it's likely that right after that fight began, after a few chapters maybe, Shibai or someone else would appear, forcing Boruto and Kawaki to fight together. And then the story progresses. Hopefully that would be the last moment Kawaki is against Boruto. After that he could free Naruto and then the final arc could begin. Something like that. I mean, do we really want to miss Naruto and Sasuke in the final arc of Boruto? Come on. There's got to be a comeback just for the sake of the good old times. So that's the idea of the Guardians of Earth and the Universe. Boruto and Kawaki, possibly the last Otsutsuki who will ever live. This is a perfect opportunity for yet another sequel. We shall definitely not underestimate the idea of another sequel, given the fact that Kishimoto's manga, after Naruto, which was cancelled, was more or less going in the direction of a possible Boruto sequel with Boruto and Kawaki traveling the universe. It fits the idea of multiple dimensions, different beings in the universe, and so on. So what do you think of this idea? Let me know in the comments. And if you want to see more Boruto content, especially soon, the Boruto Two Blue Vortex Chapter 6 Spoilers Leaks review, then subscribe to this channel with the notification bell activated for more videos. Thank you for watching and see you next time. Bye!